the mind steady. And then there's still missing element is the soul, which we don't really talk about because the soul is not visible. So once something that is not visible is subjective. Once something is subjective, medicine does not really like it. Modern medicine says you have to objectively be able to quantify it, work it through a lab, you should be able to run research on it, and you should be able to testify. But Veda says that alpam is whatever is visible, it's alpam. It's bahulam, and whatever is not visible, that is alpam. So subjectivity is really vast. It doesn't mean that if we cannot see it, it does not exist. So the soul is there, and we know through our Vedic knowledge that the soul is eternal. It really does not change. We change our physical body, our mind changes. This is under the influence of these gunas. But how do we know what gunas are in us? How does all that operate? This is all your bundle that you've been carrying, all these lives, all these births. You're carrying too much baggage, and it comes back. It's a law of physics. So you really cannot escape it. What we do comes back to us. We know that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Very, very hard to escape the law. So whatever karma we've accumulated, we have to fulfill those. Karma has to be done, and it's not possible to attain back to the consciousness, to God, until we finished all the baggage. So even the great saints sometimes come to the earth to finish the karma, that we have to finish this before we can get to God. So if you have to really get there to that bliss, you really have to cross all these hurdles. You will not find the answers in modern medicine. You can cure a disease. Yes, you can cure rheumatoid. You'll say, yes, I'm in remission. I've done good, which is great. But in order to really be free of all the worries that come to the mind, you have to practice some form of spirituality. Spirituality is very much needed. And I'm sure in another decade or so, modern medicine will start talking about mind, body, and soul. And that's really my goal. My hope is that I can inspire modern medicine to have a take on soul and how to improve spiritual fitness. So for those of you who've just joined us through the Zoom meeting, we're talking about Ayurveda, and we're talking about how it can be used for promoting health. Ayurveda is a complete holistic system of balancing mind, body, and soul. So very beautiful. And we just discussed a little bit philosophical background so that you understand what I'm saying. We just talked about Sankhya's philosophy. So Sankhya is basically by Muni Kapila. San is the Sat, the truth. Kya means to discover. It's a discovery. So it is the great discovery. And without understanding Sankhya's philosophy, you don't understand what is the journey of the soul. This is really the journey of consciousnness into matter. And vice versa, if matter has to go back to consciousness, you go through the same thing. So we have a lot of latent energy right here within our body, and that's how we can ascend back towards the consciousness, which is a gateway towards health. If you're able to get to really discovering yourself, like, who am I? The big question, people ask so many questions. I have been actually getting phone calls from a lot of other physicians too. Why you are doing this? How did you do this? What did you do? All of that is good to know. We can add on as many degrees as we want. It really doesn't change anything if you don't know who you are. One message that you can take back from here is, who am I? Find out who you are and all the answers will come to you. It is that beautiful. Raman Maharishi Ji has, talked a great deal about self-inquiry. He's the great saint from South India. Raman Maharishi Ji talks about, who am I? Find out who you are, yourself. Once you discover that, you don't need anything else. All the answers will come. And some of you might say, why am I talking all this? This is not possible. No, this is possible. You have lived many lives. You have been died so many lives. Now we are tired. We want to be more enlightened. My only message to you is that if in this lifetime you can progress spiritually, it is a great, great benefit to your own self. That is the biggest education to give to the children. We have beautiful Vedic history. Our Vedic knowledge is so eternal. It is timeless. It's not going to change. I am here today, tomorrow I'm not here, somebody else. Sankhya's philosophy is still the same. The journey of consciousness and matter is still the same. Vata, Pitta, Kapha is still the same. Ayurveda talks about how to feel Vata, Pitta, Kapha through pulse. Actually, very beautiful. When I started doing my pulse and I got more and more experience with this, you can Vata, Pitta, Kapha carry with them memory of 7 generations. They actually have your memory of 7, your great grandfathers. All of that is part of the karma, and it does come to influence us, in different ways at different times of the life. So just by doing the pulse, you can actually feel everything that's going on. Believe it or not, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I didn't believe in all this. And I thought this is fascinating. I was in modern medicine. I was very, very thought this is a joke. You feel a pulse and you tell someone what's wrong with you. I thought this is just some fancy things, old Indian fashion things. We never talked really about Ayurveda growing up, but over my own personal journey of life, I've had many experiences of enlightenment that actually led me to actually rediscover that, this is who I am. And you can be anything that you want. The children, if there's parents, you have children, please encourage them. They can be anything they want in the world. The whole creative principle is right within you. God has been pretty kind. Human life is a very, very big blessing. We are very, very blessed. It's a very precious life. We have been born many